Hello guys, welcome to this Rust video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Rust strings. But briefly, let us first look at some of the underlying theoretical anecdotes that we need to understand. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, or like the video if you find it useful. Now, strings are one of the most used string types, data types in any programming language. But in Rust, there are two types of strings that are commonly used, and that is the string type and the str type. Some people usually call it the star type, but for people who have ideas about the pointers in languages like C++ and C, we are seeing that this str type is having a pointer called a reference here. So the str reference and the string type, those are two types of strings in Rust that are commonly used. But we need to know that a string is stored as a vector of bytes in Rust, and we'll look at vectors as containers or as data structures in Rust. And specifically, the string, the vector that is holding the string is the vec unsigned into 8. So, but what we need to know at this level is that string is stored as a vector. And what is a vector? Not for people who might be new to this, a vector is not the mathematical vector in the sense as we refer to it in Rust here. We need to think about a vector as a container that we can store data into. Basically, that. What is most important is that we can be sure that our strings are always going to be UTF-8 sequences in Rust. Okay, right. So now you can head over to your terminal or your command prompt, and I'm assuming that you are at the folder where you want to write your Rust programs. So navigate through your terminal and go to the folder where you want to write your programs and create a folder to write today's program or today's code, as we're going to see. So if you're there and you're in the folder, just make a directory by using mkdir or mkdir space and create the directory where we want to write your Rust code today. In today's video, I don't want to use the cargo tool to create programs. I want to create just mere folders where I'm going to be typing the code, and maybe we don't need to use cargo at this level because our programs are really small. Okay, so make the directory. I'll call it string. Programmers have problems with naming things, so okay, I think I didn't leave a space. mkdir space strings. Yes, I have it. So navigate to strings, okay, and open that for that folder with VS Code by typing code space dot. Okay, mine has opened from the other screen, and yes, I agree. Close these pop-ups from VS Code and then start. So I'll create my file. I can call it main.rust. Okay, just a little something here. So we're back here. So we now know that strings are one of the most commonly or frequently used data types in any given programming language. So you will expect strings in your code. Like it would be hard to really not see strings as data types. And in Rust, we have two types of strings or string types: the str reference string type and the string type, like we've seen in our previous slides. So the string, the last strings are guaranteed to be valid UTF-8 encoded byte sequences, and they are not null terminated. We will see what that means. But for people from C++ and C, you know what that means. Like, you cannot end a string with null in Rust, but you can do that in C and C++. The difference here, in between the strings, we can have null bytes, but we can't have them at the end. That's the difference. So enough of talking. So creating our main function, fn main. Okay, we want to see some types of strings basically, and we're going to stop it at that. So if I declare a variable let, and I'll call it question. I don't know why my computer is doing that. How are you? The question is, how are you? I hope you guys are fine. So we have created a variable, and we all know this is a string, but which type of string is that? Okay, we will come back to that later also. We declare also another variable string person, variable string, and you can even declare the type here, string equaling to James dot to string. We call this function on the string, and then the last variable we can define here. And don't worry guys, be patient. We're going to look at how these strings, or what do these strings mean in any case. So let namaste from India, namaste equal to the string class, or we use the string from, and we want to declare some text here. You guys just head over to internet and copy some Indian text and place it there. I don't think this is namaste, but we assume it is. So these are the different strings. As you can see, they are all different, but we can all agree these are still strings. We have the first one, question, which is just how are you. Then let the person variable, which is a string explicit, equaling to James, converted to string, and then namaste, and it is using the string class directly with passing the from. So we want to see, what do these mean? Now, before we even think about printing anything here, when we look at this string person, this one is a reference string str. So this such a declaration of string variable is the reference str string type, whereas this one is the string type, and even this one is the string type. All right, so even this is a string type, and it is a string type because this creates a string type or a string literal. So the result here is a string of this string class. So and of course it is encoded directly to UTF-8. So those are strings in Rust, and for the moment now, that's all we need to know, and we will be exploring more of the strings in the upcoming videos. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment, or subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.